All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, scholars of all genders. As you have been told, our midterm exam will take the form of an analytical paragraph response. Those of you who prefer to write in the multi-paragraph format, you're more than welcome to. I fully realize that for some of you that's easier, but all we're asking is for one very well-developed, well-supported, well-written paragraph. So this is just a review of the how-to presentation that we had earlier in the year. So remember to include your tag, title, author, genre. Okay, so I've got some examples here. In the story, Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut. The poem Slipping by Joan Elsher. In Susan Cain's article, Instagram and Mental Health. This is all review. Make sure that you're very clearly addressing the topic. Okay, so if you're in a literary studies class, your topic is likely going to be related to a literary device. If you're in a composition class, it won't be a literary device, but you really need to make sure you're answering the topic. If you don't answer the topic, you cannot score very highly on the rubric. Okay, so again, most of you will choose to write one paragraph, so immediately jump into that. Do not paraphrase or retell at all. If you retell the article or the story, again, you can't score well. Be very specific. As I always said in class, good writing is precise and concise. So make sure that you're being very concise in your response. Okay, so with the sample question, it was asking what the character of Harrison Bergeron represents. So you see here that in the student's topic sentence, they have included tag and a direct response to that topic. In the story Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut, Harrison represents individual freedom. Okay, as a teacher, if I read that, I'm like, aha, this kid is going to have a good response. They get it. They answered the topic immediately. Okay, then you need to remember our PEA, points, evidence, and analysis. So make a point about how Harrison represents this, have a quote from the text, and then analyze that. Okay, so again, quotations, short pieces of quotations are far more effective than big, long chunks. So make sure that you're sticking to those quotes. Choose quotes that help your purpose. Do not include anything that's not about Harrison representing freedom, for example, with this topic. Don't talk about the other characters. Don't talk about other things. And again, if you're going to only choose the one paragraph format, you want minimum of 3 quotes. You want to think about beginning, middle, and end, if possible, if that works for the topic. And then the analysis, so what? Hopefully you all remember the so what poster at the front of our room. Why is this important? Don't retell the quote. Okay, you should never be writing this means that. And you don't want to repeat the quote. You want to say, what does this show about the character? What does this show us about the story or the topic? Why does this matter? Okay, and so here's a nice example. You'll notice that this quote is also integrated very nicely. When Harrison tore the straps off his handicap harness and it crashed to the floor, Harrison was showing his rebellion that he would no longer be like everyone else and that in fact he was stronger than average. Okay, so 3 to 5 quotes. Particularly, we're working on a midterm exam and I'll be choosing texts where you'll have lots of choice. So 3 is kind of the minimum, especially at this stage. If you do choose to go with the multi-paragraph approach, then again, you probably want about 3 quotes per paragraph. The quality of the quotes and your analysis matters more than just quantity. Okay, so I'd much rather that you choose 3 quotes and analyze them really well, rather than find every single quote about, character development and try to shove it all into one. Okay, and then you want to wrap up your conclusion sentence. You want to readdress the topic, and you want to make sure that you're showing me that you understand the theme. Remember, even nonfiction texts like articles, they still have a theme, a so what. Why does this matter? Why is this important for us to know? Okay, and once you've done all that, you should have a really high quality analytical paragraph response.